You, of course, are looking to file with the U.S. FDA for emergency use authorization. When can we expect that, and how soon do you expect that approval?
Thank you, and it's a great day for humanity, I think, and for science. I hope that we will be able to submit all this information to FDA before Thanksgiving, and then it's up to FDA to analyze the data and make their decision.
Great for humanity, as you say, great for the markets. We have all our fingers crossed. There's an element here, though, of course, that you're in talk with some 90 governments about the deals to have this COVID pill. Do you have any revenue estimates as it stands? We know that Merck, which also has a pill under consideration, could make $5 to $7 billion on its COVID pill. Do you have any numbers you could share?
No, we don't. Actually, I didn't even calculate it. And what I'm trying to do is how many we can make, because I understand that there will be a lot of demand for something like that. We had started our investments at risk, so we started preparing for manufacturing. I had approved, I said in my second earnings call in July that I approved already more than $1 billion of at-risk investment. Thank God we did that. So now I think right now we are aligned to have 50 million courses of treatment manufacturing in our manufacturing sites next year. So it's a significant amount, right? Because it is 20 pills from the course of treatment of our own drug, which is $1 billion that we're going to manufacture, plus an all generic that goes together, another 500. So it's significant. So this is my focus right now, and knowing that the results, of course, we are immediately jumped. I spoke with our manufacturing people. How can we accelerate even further this production?
With regards to the manufacturing, with regards to, more importantly, the distribution of that manufacturing, will that be global in scale immediately, or will you be going country by country? Will be global, and right now we are negotiating with all governments, and they need to place orders. Once we have orders, we allocate certain quantities of our expected to manufacture quantities, so that everybody will get it in a fair way. In a fair way. There was a lot of concerns about the rollout of the COVID-19 vaccines, not just from your company, but from the others as well, and about the inequities in the distribution and how, to a certain extent, that might have prolonged the COVID crisis. You can't basically inoculate one country without inoculating them all. Yes, you are never protected in a pandemic unless your neighbor is protected as well. And I think right now with the COVID vaccines, let me start with that. There will be not a question of a problem of availability for all, as poor as a country could be, by the first quarter of next year. Right now, we are aligned to manufacture 3 billion doses, of which more than 1 billion, almost 40%, 1.2, will go to middle and low-income countries this year. I'm not talking next year, this year. And also we have signed a contract with the US government that we give them 1 billion doses at cost, non-for-profit for us, so we don't make money on this. But then they take these doses and they give it for free to the poorest countries of the world. The only condition is they can give it only to the 90+ poorest countries of the world. So that's the case. I'm looking also right now how to make sure that we will have equitable distribution and will have enough for the poorest countries of the world as well. Mm-hmm. But as I said before, everybody who wants to receive, they need to place an order.
What are you thinking then about pricing, particularly for the higher income countries to offset lower income countries as well?
We are in active negotiations with many governments, so I don't want to disclose the price, but the prices are similar with what has been seen in the press for Merck, and it is less than 0.5%, sometimes 1/3 of the prices that the antibodies are costing right now.
Are you going to be
So I don't think cost will be an issue. And keep in mind that will be free for all citizens. This is what the government will be charged.
Right. With those negotiations with the government, are they following a similar path the way you did with the vaccine?
Yes, and they are quite advanced, and I'm sure now with that the results are so positive, it will be accelerated even further.
And of course, you say this is such a win for humanity if we can get it in and across all countries as swiftly as possible. I'm interested in, therefore, will you allow generic manufacturing to produce in the poor countries, as we've seen with Merck?
Yeah, I'm looking at all scenarios, and I'm going to make decisions very quickly. My compass it is how to make sure that everybody will get it.
And you say, of course, that at the moment it's about 50 million packs next year, 180,000 packs so far at the moment this year. Do you think that that will be able to be scaled in any way, Albert?
Yes, I think it could, because right now we planned for 50 million packs. We didn't know how much market share we'll have, how much demand our product will have. Now I start seeing that with such a high level of efficacy and with this safety profile, likely the demand will be very, very, very high.
There are some.
So we are going to look to scale up.
All right, well, let's continue down this path here, because there are some healthcare advocates that would say, in order to scale up, at least at a level that they would want to see, that they would actually like to see more participation by other companies, particularly some of the generic drug makers. And they're curious as to whether you're going to be willing to license out the technology for this particular pill to some of those generic manufacturers to accelerate, to scale up.
No, I understand very well the question, and this is why I answer. But I'm looking several options that will allow the poorest countries to get it, will allow everyone to get it as soon as possible. And I'm going to make, let's say, when time is coming, the time comes, but in the near, very soon, I'm going to make final announcements how that will work. But our compass is everybody should get it.
There's another sort of, I guess, broader issue out there right now, which is the perception that with this pill on the market, once it does get approved, if it gets approved, that there will be people out there that will say, I don't need the vaccine. If I get sick, I can just take this pill. What's the response?
That's a good point that you are making. I think there will be some people that will say that. They are wrong. They are completely wrong. Vaccines are needed. People need to get vaccinated. Unless we all get vaccinated, we will all be constantly exposed, because we will maintain a pool of people that the virus can replicate and mutate. That's unacceptable. People need to get vaccinated, and we need to conquer our fear so that we can be able and get the protection for ourselves and for the people that we love. However, you're right, that some people will say, if those were reluctant, knowing that people are dying from COVID, now that they know that there is a pill that maybe reduces 90% their chances of going to hospital and almost 100% of dying, might be a negative point there.